Okay, this is totally not going to work. I need my cover. Hold on. Hold on. Just a minute. Hi. Is anybody there? Is anybody there? Hey, Tasha. Hey, Janine. Okay, I'm finished here. I'm showing up right now. I just I thought I was going to be able to use this without my cover, and I can't do it. Yeah. All right. Now I've got the cover. Now I'm good. So I'm back on to vent. I'm having a little bit of, hey, Isabel, Rocky, hi, friends, hey, loves, hi. So I'm coming on here to talk about some things that are happening because life has gotten really, really, really good, and my psychic ability it's gotten scary. Like, my ability to manifest, I gotta be careful because I'm not gonna say that. It's not scary. It's just powerful and amazing. And it's aligned, and it's what we should be experiencing. You know, this is what's here for all of us. And, thank you, Rocky. Rocky's like, vent, girl. Thank you. I'm gonna have to because I gotta do something. So I'm in Paris right now, and I'm staying at a girlfriend's house. It's her family home, so it's her husband, and her two children. I'm having a great time. I love it here. The thing is, I don't even know how to express the intense joy that's coursing through me, and the intense beauty that's happening around me. Um, and this is what I've asked for, right? So it used to be that do you guys know that I ended up losing all my money after I sold my business? I don't know if people realize this. So this is one of the reasons why I'm making this video is because people look at me and they say, "Oh, you're so happy, you glow, things are so good for you." And you know me, I always say I don't have a job. I work doing the thing that I love. And so I have a lot of new friends because I've been really expanding my reach. I'm really reaching out to people, and I'm reaching out to people who don't know me, and people are becoming more and more attracted to me and the things that I say and the way that I live my life. So it's really great. I have my old friends, like everybody who's on here, I know you all, we have a relationship. But my new friends are kind of like they don't get it. Like, they think because I say I don't have a job and I travel and I live all over the world, they think that I'm super privileged, like that I have a sugar daddy or that I'm independently wealthy. And the thing that's really funny to me is that I do have a sugar daddy and I am independently wealthy. My sugar daddy is God, and my independent wealth is because God has let me own my own wealth that comes from within. So I'm not preoccupied with money, and it's a different thing for me, friends. I'm not interested in money anymore. And I don't know what this means. And that's one reason why I'm coming on here to vent, because I've gotten very confused, and I feel like I really need to do a little tarot to understand what's happening with me. because I'm having, like, I have this very rich, abundant life. But my life is rich and abundant because I say it's rich and abundant. You all looking on the outside, and there are lots of people looking on the outside, they're like, oh, you travel, you stay in a beautiful place, you got a king size bed, you've got food that you love, you're out to dinner every night, you're in Paris now and everything's good for you. You have a lot of money. And I don't have a lot of money. And the thing is, I used to always want a lot of money, and I was really focused on having a lot of money. And I had a lot of money at some point, and then I didn't have a rich and luxurious life. I had a life of working. And so I decided that I wasn't going to do it any longer. I wasn't going to chase money any longer because that was the message that came from Source. Source said, stop chasing money. Stop focusing on money for your business. Actually start focusing on your business and what you want to offer people, and then see what happens. So when I started doing that, I'm like, but I don't have money. How am I going to do the thing I want to do? I want to travel around the world. I want to, and I don't want to live on the streets, and I don't want to be having to beg friends to stay at their home, like, can I stay with you? Or I don't want to have to, I don't want to have to beg, borrow, and steal, How am I going to not focus on money? And the message that came through, and look, this is a message that has been coming through over a series of months, and I've been surrendering more and more to it, and now I feel like I'm like 80% surrendered to it. But the message was that the more you focus on money, the more you're going to understand that money is not your source of abundance. And so that scared me a little bit because I started seeing money disappear. And the message was always focus on the thing that you want to give people. What do you want to offer people? What do you want to give to the world? I had stopped thinking about what I wanted to give to the world because I was really busy focusing on how to survive, like after I sold my business and then the person who bought my business folded, and so I didn't get paid for my business. I ended up, having $0 and having to like try and scrape to get by. It was really devastating, But the thing that kind of awareness came from finding joy in the moment. It's like, I don't have a lot of money, but I want to have joy in the moment. So I started focusing on having a lot of joy, but I was still focused on money. And now the message is don't focus on money at all. Focus on joy and listen to what your heart is saying about what steps to take next. So that's what I've been doing. And it's been mind-blowing. Like, my email box is like bursting with people who want to have, coaching with me. There's so much potential, The classes are like filling up. The work is like there, and that's what I wanted to do. It's not about money. I don't need dollars. I need people. I need relationships. I need to be of service. So I think that people who come to me for coaching and want me to teach them how to master money, I can't really focus on that anymore. Like, I was on Facebook, and the reason I'm having this conversation is because I had made a post, and somebody watched my video, and they're like, and one of the videos I was saying, I don't have a job. I travel and I don't have a job, and I live this life and I don't have a job. And I think she was a little bit resentful, not resentful big time. She wasn't like angry at all like that, not at all. But she was kind of like, well, honey, you are independently wealthy. How can you, of course you can travel and do what you want to do. And the point was, the thing that rubbed me the wrong way is that she assumed that because I said I didn't have a job, it meant that somebody was giving me money, or that everything came to me by way of money. The focus is always on money. And this is a very frustrating conversation. I'm sorry if I'm all over the place, but I'm very frustrated inside. I want to cry right now. I totally want to cry because I don't know how to explain that we are not monetary people. We're not, that the source of our abundance does not come from money. And the reason I can live in a 3-bedroom apartment in Paris is not because of money. You know, a 3-bedroom apartment in Paris is a very big deal here. It's a very big deal. People live in 1-bedroom apartments or single apartments. And so for me to manifest a 3-bedroom apartment is a really big deal. For me to travel around the world is a really big deal, you know? But it's not because of the money. This is the point that I want for people to understand. You're a manifester, not of money, but you're a manifester of experience. The money comes as a result of you focusing on what it is you desire. The thing is, we're so focused on the money, and money is not exciting in and of itself. So the average person who's focusing on money is trying to make money magical, and money is not magical. Money is an after effect of your creativity, your desire to bring something into the world. The money follows that. People who are financial wizards that have money that are just flowing, and they've got access to great amounts of money and they know how to make money, those people have a different relationship with money. I'm not saying that you can't have that. I'm not saying that I can't have that. As a matter of fact, I already know that I am fully aligned with lots and lots of greenbacks, lots and lots of dollars. That is not an issue. But the thing is, it's not an issue for me and it's not an issue for you. Y'all are starting when you're feeling lack and you're like, I can't do what I want to do because I don't have the money. You're starting from the wrong place. You don't have yourself locked into your source of abundance. You don't have yourself locked in to the thing that you really want. You're focused on the thing that you think you need in order to survive. But if for a minute you let that go and you go in to what's at your core, which is a connection to source, which is pure radiant energy, if you could get your head around that, you would start to realize that you have everything you need to do what you want to do. Do you want to travel the world? Focus on that. Spend more time focusing on traveling the world and spend less time focusing on the lack of money or how much money you don't have. I can guarantee you that out of the 24 hours in a day, you're spending more time focused on how much money you don't have and why you can't do what you want to do, rather than focusing on what you can do and what you do have and how you can get yourself to an even better feeling place. I guarantee you that. And this is why I'm so frustrated, because I was there. I finally started getting it. And the moment I finally started realizing that that most of my day, most of my waking hours were spent on moments of lack, like, oh yeah, I want to go to Paris, but I don't have the money for that. Gosh, how can I make the money? What am I doing wrong? Why can't I get the money I need? Why don't I have the money? This is what my mind was saying all the time. 50% of my day was focused on lack. At least half of my day was focused on lack. And it wasn't that I was always like, oh, I don't have the money, I don't have the money. Lack comes in many different forms. When you question why you don't have something, that's an expression of lack because you're focused on what you don't have. When you think about like why something didn't work for you, or how you can make more money, or when you have a mentality of I have to go to work because if I don't go to work then I can't pay my rent, that's all lack. Now look, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that those are not real feelings. Those feelings feel real to you. But I'm also saying that you gotta stop. You gotta stop that mentality. You have to stop that lack. You have to stop believing in the lack. And you gotta start, at least for more time in the day. You gotta spend more time in your day being positive and focusing on what it is you actually desire. And I cannot emphasize this to you enough. I don't live in fairyland. I'm not in la la land here. But I master my day. I master my day. I get up in the morning. I get up at 4 o'clock in the morning. I get up at 4 o'clock in the morning so that I can take at least 2 hours to get myself aligned with what I desire. What are you doing in the morning? Are you getting up in the morning and aligning with what you desire? I don't care if I only get 3 hours of sleep. Nothing is going to stop me from aligning with my desires. Lack of sleep, I will stay up for 48 fucking hours if I have to, so that I can focus and think, spend my energy on things that are going to serve me, not things that are going to take away from me, and not things that are going to make me depressed. Now, I also spend time feeling my feelings. I'm feeling my feelings all day, every day. You see me walking through the streets of Paris, you know what I'm doing? I'm feeling my feelings. I know how I feel at any given moment. Why do I need to know that? Because what you feel is determining what is coming into your world. Your feelings are your barometer for how you're navigating the world. If you feel bad, if you feel weak or disempowered, then you can't make your life rock. You cannot rock your life if your core vibrational feeling is disempowerment. You just can't. So you have to work on how you feel every day. And I am not an advocate of being a positive thinker. Do not put me in that category of people who are constantly focusing on like, oh, you got to think positively. That's not what I'm saying. You have to think affirmatively. I do shadow work every damn day. Every damn day I'm sitting down with a pen and paper and I am looking at what is scary in my life. What scares me? I sit down with it. When I have a pain, when I have a headache, I don't say, oh, I have a headache. Okay, this last night I drank a lot. I was with my friends. We were out on the patio. It was warm. It was Paris. There was music. There was wine. There was cheese. It felt good. I know how I feel at every given moment. And I drank too much, and I woke up this morning and the room was spinning. I woke up on time too. I went to bed at midnight, after midnight. It's like 12:30. I woke up at 4 o'clock because I wake up at 4 o'clock because I'm going to align myself with what I desire. So I got myself up and the room was spinning and I wanted to feel nauseated. I started feeling nauseous. I thought I was going to throw up. My stomach hurt, I was hungover. The thing is, my mind wanted to escape and do something to make myself feel better. But no, I know that all of this is a message from spirit. Everything is a message from spirit because we're spiritual beings, and everything that we experience on the outside is a reflection of what's going on the inside. So I sat there with that nausea and I didn't take anything for it. I had a little bit of water, and I sat with it and I prayed and I said, what are you trying to show me? And spirit started showing me the fear that I have about moving forward. It came very clear. I saw myself afraid of the next step because the next step is really big. The next step means that I get to embody the woman that I've always wanted to be since I was a little girl. I get to step into her shoes. That's a really big deal. It comes with responsibility. The responsibility to trust, the responsibility to be vulnerable, and the responsibility to go for my dreams and to dream really big. It's huge. We take that lightly, like, oh yeah, dream big. Oh yeah, dream big. Some of us are afraid of succeeding because, it's big. We were taught that we're not supposed to be big. We were taught that we're supposed to be small and subservient, and that we're supposed to be broke, and we're supposed to experience lack. And if we're not making, $1 million, if we haven't made our first million by the time we're 40 years old, then we're failures. Fuck that, man. I'm over it. I'm over it. I'm supposed to be big in my way. I'm here to be big in my way, and I'm not regretting anything that's happened in my past life. I'm not regretting anything that I haven't accomplished. I'm not regretting that. But I'll tell you what I'm not going to do. I'm not going to be defined by my past either. You're not supposed to be defined by your past, and you're not supposed to be stuck on those things that are not serving you. So, the point is, every morning you spend time focusing on what it is you desire. And when you have fear, you don't squash your fear and act like you're not afraid. What you do is you say, I am afraid. I'm terrified right now. And then what you do is you look at that and then you nurture yourself. Because the part of you that is afraid has a right to be afraid. Somebody probably kicked you when you were down, when you were like 5 years old. You probably brought something, you were probably going to school for the first time and somebody tripped you and you fell, or something. Anything could have happened. You have a right to have fear and terror. What you don't have to do, though, is let fear and terror rule you. And what happens is that fear and that terror, we suppress it because we think that we don't have a right to have it. We suppress the fear, and the fear is still there even though it's suppressed. It's just hidden. And what it does is it comes out in our bodies. It comes out in the form of sickness. We can't think straight. We start getting a mentality that says we don't have enough. We can't do this. We can't do that. It starts, all sorts of crappy lies start coming forward. Those are lies. You are God. God is in every cell. You see this hair right here? You see this kinky hair? You see this gray hair right here? That's God. You see this black hair that's, right? That's my hair. That's my afro. You see that hair? That's God. You see these eyes? This is God. You see this hand? This is God. There is nothing that isn't source energy. If you don't like God, the name God, you can call it whatever you want. I don't care what you call it. I call it God, Goddess, source of all. That is who you are. And that is what wants to come through you. And you are unlimited because that source energy is unlimited. It always has been. You just thought that you were limited. And I want to challenge you, just like I'm challenging me. I'm challenging me every day to break through the limitations that I think are real. Those limits feel real. They're not. And this is what's being shown to me, and this is why I'm terrified. I'm terrified. The tears are right here because I'm scared to death of how big I am. I'm huge. I'm huge. And the thing is, I'm not the only huge one. You're huge too. And because 2 months ago, I didn't know I was huge. And you're going to be saying the same thing because 2 months from now, you're going to be like, shit, she told me I was huge and I didn't believe her. I didn't know I was huge. Huge. And not just in Japan. So I started having this dialogue because I've got these tears that want to come up because I'm so big. And the thing is, and I keep saying this, because I'm reaching out to people, I'm sharing myself with people, I'm sharing myself in all these wonderful groups, and I'm meeting all these fantastic women. So many fantastic women are around, and I'm blessed by them, I'm blessed by their support, and, I'm blessed by their stories. And this is what I want. I want to connect with people, I want to connect with men and women. And all this is coming real. I said I wanted to live in Paris. two years ago, or 3 years ago, I said I wanted to be in Paris and Cambodia in the same year, and here I am in Paris and in Cambodia in the same year. And the exact timing, the timing is to the date. If you saw that post, it's the day I made that post that said, oh, I'm going to be in Paris and Cambodia. I was on the flight, on my way to the airport in Cambodia going to Paris, and that post came up exactly 3 years later. Tell me I'm not a powerful manifester. And the young woman on the other site, on the group that inspired me to make this this video, she's like, yeah, well, you're a powerful manifester, but not everybody is. You are a powerful manifester. Everybody is a powerful manifester. We are manifesting constantly, but we don't necessarily realize what we're manifesting. I'm a conscious manifester. You might be you're probably an unconscious manifester, because if you were more conscious, you'd be manifesting things that you really like. You'd be more excited about what you're manifesting, you know? So what I want to start challenging you all to do, and this is, I'm going to just be honest with you. What I want to do is to work with a group of women, and I'm not working with men right now. I'm going to be honest about this too, because I don't really understand the frequency of men right now. I'm not very open to working with men right now. I love men. Don't get me wrong. I love men a lot, and I love them, and I know how to love them, right? But when I do this work from my soul, I feel very connected to women. I feel very much like I understand women, and that's why I want to work with women. So my dream is to work with groups of women every week. I want to have a regular coaching group where you come together every single week. Now, this is not just for anybody. This is for somebody who wants transformation. Now, I've been talking to Source about this very intensely. And Source said, look, I'm Source, by the way. There's nobody talking to me from outside of myself. When I talk about God and Source, I'm talking about this one right here, the one in my heart, right? My heart. That's who Source is for me. Nobody else, nobody's telling me what to do. Me, okay? When I talk to my Source, I told myself that I am a transformational coach. I work with women who want to transform their lives. I transform my life every day. I've transformed my life. I've gone from being sick and broken and weak, diseased, to being healthy, thriving, joyous, aligned, safe, secure, trusting, all these things, like spot on, you know. It's a very, very, very big deal. That's transformation. And this is what I want to work with people and do. This is what I want to do. I want to do it, though, in a way where we're doing it every week, because this hit and miss thing, you can't get that deep, powerful change when you are doing it only every once in a while. So I want to work with women who want to do it all the time, who want to make this real now. I don't want to work with women, and I love you girls, I love you. But if you are still at that point where you are kind of like doubting like your ability to even come to the work, doubt is a normal human process. But if you're not ready to do the work, like if you're not ready to put the time in, if you're not ready to take a risk, if you're not ready to make an investment, then I don't want to work with you, because you're not on the same page. I don't want to work with people who are not in alignment with myself. I'm being honest with you. I'm not this coach that wants to work with everybody and wants to help everybody. Hell no. I've worked with people who have resistance to the work. I'm not trying to work with you and your resistance. I'm not trying to beg you to come to meditate. I'm not going to beg an adult woman to meditate. You know it helped you. You just sat down and meditated. Get your ass up and meditate tomorrow. What is stopping you? Come on, man. People like want me to beg them sometime. I'm like, no, I'm not going to beg you to do what you're supposed to do. You know? So I want to work with people who want to do this work, who trust source. Now, I'm not saying you have to have perfect trust. I'm not saying that you have to have, that, this is not for people who already have it, right? This is for people, though, who are ready to be initiated. Thank you for that. I'm working it out. This is for people who are ready to be initiated into a spiritually empowered life. That's what this work is about. This is for people who are ready to buckle down, like who want to take a risk and start investing in themselves, that believe they have to have at least this much self-worth. This much self-worth that says, I'm worth doing this every week, Okay, I'm on a roll. I'm telling you, I was freaking out, man. But this is what I want to do, and that's why I came. That's why I came to this live feed, because there's so much that's happening inside of me that it's literally bursting forth, and there's a part of me that feels out of control. Like there's just so much creativity that's coming down. It's like, what am I going to do with all this information that I'm getting? And, I know that it's time to write my book. This is another thing that's coming forth, right? I'm writing this book, and it's powerful, but it also is just a little too wild. I gotta get some structure. So that's another thing that's coming in for me too. All right, my friends, I am getting ready to check in with my comments here, because I haven't checked in my comments yet. I've just been on a tear. So I'm going to see what y'all are writing. I'm going to see who's here. Tasha, Janine, Isabel, Tasha, Rocky, Judith, Tandi. What really? I don't know what that response is to, Isabel. Chelsea, Sarah. Hi, girls. Oh, I'm just loving you. Rocky says, stop chasing money. Love it. Yep. All right. Talk to you later, Rocky. Not just alive, just living. That's good. I truly understand it. Happiness. Yes, ma'am. And Isabel asked, did my classes start filling up after I stopped hiding when I announced myself to the world who I was? You know what it is, Isabel? My classes started filling up after I decided. So the hiding, and the reason I'm shifting the way that, the reason I'm saying it like this is because it wasn't, the coming out from hiding was a result of me deciding that I really am source energy. So a lot of people say, oh yeah, I'm God having a human experience. I'm God having a human experience. I was that person. I would say, I'm God having a human experience. Isn't that nice? But then when it came down to actually acting like God, I was like, I couldn't do it. I was afraid. The thing is, the message that I kept getting from the source within is that I am God having a human experience. I'm God. I need to start creating. Why is it that I'm not creating? Why am I creating small, weak stuff? And that's when my classes started filling up. I started creating more rich material, and getting more creativity started flowing through me. But it was because I started saying yes to the universe. Yes, I want the creativity, because there were so many things that were holding me back. Like, you all have a lot of creativity, right? You have a lot of really good ideas, but don't you sometimes find that you have a good idea and then you'll say, oh yeah, but I can't do it because of whatever. So for example, for me, it used to be, oh, I have this good idea and I have that good idea and I want to do this and I want to do that. But then it's like, oh, but then I have to find some people to help me. How am I going to find people to help me? And then I'd say, well, then I have to start paying them about, I'm probably going to have to end up paying them, and then I got to get the taxes on them. So that means I'm going to need this much money, and then I can't really afford that right now. I can't do that right now because I can't afford it. So you see how I had the great idea, and then my mind brought in the reasons why I couldn't make that idea real now. That is the problem, because source, and I'm again talking about the source inside of me, is saying, no, stop. You're supposed to keep on focusing on what it is you desire, and then let me figure out how to get you the support and the money you need. So the point is, Isabel, that when I started saying yes to the universe, that was when all my classes started filling up. When I started saying yes, I'm going to go ahead and let the universe deliver to me what I need. That's when everything started coming. That's when the support started coming. That's when the people started coming. That's when everything just started happening. This is what I'm trying to teach. This is what I teach in my classes. Amir, hi Amir. Kelsey, Sherry, hi. Okay, I'm going to check out this girl, but not right now. I'm in the middle of my feed. Thank you, Isabel, for posting that. I'll go back for sure and learn what you're... Listen. Chelsea. Hi, Chelsea. Kelsey. Yes. Miss Sherry, yes. Well, hello, my friends. Jamie, you're not on this. You cannot be on this because you were upstairs. Get out of here, you crazy fool. Why don't you come downstairs and join me in front of the camera? Crazy pants. You probably heard me shouting. Christina, yes, you're welcome, my friend. Gary, hi. Love you too. Hi, Michelle, Lydia. Okay, I hope I haven't missed anybody. So, all right, you guys, I'm going to go ahead and sign off. I got to sit with this energy. Oh, I got to go do some shadow work. You know what I'm going to do? Oh, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to teach a shadow work class. Who wants to take a shadow work class with me? I'm going to do shadow work. Who wants to do shadow work class with me? Does anybody want to learn how to do shadow work? I'm going to make a shadow work video. No, I'm going to make a shadow work class. Okay, so shadow work. Here's what shadow work is. Okay, I manage my life in two ways. I do shadow work and I do light work. Light work is when I focus on my desire and I think about the things that I want and I'm really, really creative. Shadow work is when I address the doubt, the fear, and the things that are holding me back. So shadow work is when you sit with your fear or you sit with your doubt and you work through it. And I have some very specific ways that I work through it. A lot of my shadow work techniques come from Teal Swan because she just has some really wonderful, easy exercises. But then I've also collected them from other people like Debbie Ford and a few other people. So I have like a book of shadow work that I teach my clients. But maybe what I'll do, if anybody wants to take a class with me, I'll show you how to do shadow work. And in it, what we can do is address things like fear, doubt, self-doubt, low self-esteem, the feeling of lack, grieving, sadness. That's what shadow work is. You're supposed to work on all those negative emotions. That's when you do shadow work. So if you want to learn how to do that, either hit me up with a private message or put your information in the comments section and I'll send you the information about it. But I'll, of course, post it on Facebook as well. So listen, you guys, I want you to follow my blog also. If you hop on my blog and read my blog, it'll be helpful. It'll be helpful for me. I love it when people read my work. My blog is www.crystallynnbell.com. It's just my name, crystallynnbell.com. And I've got some new posts that I'm going to be making. All right, but I think I better sign off because I have, Isabel, yes, I see you. I see you. I see Michelle. I see Dawn, Sherry. Yes, Michelle. Good. I'm glad. It's going to be really, really powerful. It's time for us all to break through. It's time for us all to transform. I'm not just saying this, man. I feel it. It's here. It's like it's coming out of my pores. I can feel it. I can feel your energy. You're feeding me, you know? So let's get directed, man. I want a powerful group of women that I'm working with that want to shift. People who want to start their own businesses. People who want to like create something and bring something valuable into this world. I want to work with you, you know? And we can do it as a supportive group or we can do it one-on-one, whatever, you know? But let's shift this thing, man. Let's stop these blockages. I'm doing it for myself. I want to help you do it too. All right, I am now signing off for real because it's time to go out and enjoy this day. It's 78 degrees in Paris in the autumn. It's brilliant here. I love it. I love it. I'm going to go do a video outside. Okay, bye my friends. Thanks for playing with me today. Thanks for supporting me. Really happy to see you. Mwah, mwah, mwah. I broke the camera. I think I broke it. The camera's now all stuck on black. I don't know if anybody can even hear me. Bye, guys. Bye.